see this issue or you have this goal, and you try to figure out all the answers before you even start. So you actually become so impatient and you want it so bad that you never even actually start to begin with. Because I had always been overweight, I never experienced what it was like to be, quote unquote normal. I wanted to have the answers on how to do it, and I didn't know how, and so I didn't even believe that it was possible. I wanted it, but I didn't believe that it could happen. As a small kid, I was always real active. I was always the more talkative of the three, and my younger brother was quiet. So whenever we would meet new people, I would say, "Hey, my name's Nathan. This is my brother Andrew," because he wouldn't talk. And I think as I became more self-conscious of my weight, I became more quiet. I was at a friend's house one time, and he said we were all playing on the zip line, and he said, "Hey, my dad said you can't get on the zip line because you might tear it down. You're too heavy for it." Instantly, the thought hit me like, whoa, I looked around like, I am the biggest one out here. Being young, people tell you, oh man, you're big. And then you have another friend that comes along to try to encourage you, and they say, hey, it's okay, you're just big bone. You're not fat. And even though those people are trying to encourage you, it still has this negative effect on your mind, because it's like, oh wait, I'm different, and maybe I am big bone, maybe it is genetics, and this is just who I am. As I became more self-aware about my weight, I didn't have the knowledge on how to change it. Today, you just watch TV and you see a commercial for this 100-calorie snack pack, or you watch some weight loss TV program that's encouraging to drink this almond milk or to eat this, and they leave out the overall picture. So without actually learning about the foods that you're putting in your body and being aware, like you might think that you're going on a diet, but it's just not a diet at all. You're still eating the same crap. It's just a different kind of crap. I would go on some extreme diet, and that's just not sustainable. It would work for about 2 weeks, and then because I wasn't learning the healthy lifestyle, the very first time a birthday party came along, I would have to break the diet. All I did was just leave me feeling more defeated. By the time I was 13, I was 200 pounds. By the time I was 15, I was 275 pounds. 18, I was over 300 pounds. 21, I was in a 4X shirt, a size 52 jean, and I weighed 400 pounds. This isn't even, well, and then I used to get the 4X Fruit of the Loom shirt from Walmart. So it's really the only, I couldn't just walk into the mall and buy something. Like even Dillard's and JCPenney's and all didn't have something to fit. Yeah, it's super crazy because it was filled all the way out. I would just bury myself into work. I helped my family start an e-commerce business. I hadn't yet learned that balance in life of taking the time out of the day to set aside to take care of yourself. As I'm working and I have all these big projects going on, I recognize that, hey, I have a real problem, and I am the same size as all these contestants I see on The Biggest Loser. For the longest time, I was in self-denial. I'd be like, man, how can someone, let themselves get that big? And then I hear, a guy weigh in and he weighs 375 pounds. I'm like, man, I weigh more than he does. I felt so bad. I would wake up in the morning with chest pains. Every time my heart rate got up, which was super easy, I would get out of breath, bending over to tie my shoes. My knees hurt, my ankles, my elbows, everything was super painful. I told my mom, I was like, I'm dying and I'm gonna be dead by the time I'm 30. Probably sooner than that, but by the time I'm 30, you're gonna be burying me.
Cross the leg over. Ask your neighbor what their favorite kind of margarita is.
I already know.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. All right. So let's get it. Let's get 2 sets of each.
There was one evening where I actually got home from work early at 7 o'clock, and I sat on the couch. The next thing I knew, I woke up and it was 10 p.m. And I remember sitting there, I was 21 years old, and I said, this is ridiculous. This is supposed to be the best years of my life, and I refuse to let this be me. And I got up off the couch that night, and I had a gym membership to a gym that I hadn't been to. And I walked straight to the gym and walked for 90 minutes that night. It's amazing to think about now how painful it was just to get started working out. My ankles hurt, my calves were throbbing, and as I was working out, the only thing on my mind was, I'm doing this because I just want to be normal, and I just want to fit in. I started to cut out the sweets and the sugars and Coca-Colas. Suddenly my body went from seeing 4,000 calories a day to 1,500 to 2,000 calories a day. Just that initial shock to the system was enough to start seeing some pretty big results. I lost 40 pounds working out on my own. I started to plateau a little bit, and I knew that there had to be more to fitness than just walking on the treadmill. A good friend of mine was like, you need to do CrossFit. He's like, do it and you'll get shredded. I had never heard of CrossFit. It was a brand new name to me. And so I just went on YouTube and searched for CrossFit and saw Rich Froning, the very first hit. And I was like, all right.
Big thing there is taking a weight that is not too heavy, so it's not.
I couldn't even do an air squat a quarter of the way. I couldn't jump even up on a 45-pound plate. Couldn't do a push-up even from my knees. I mean, it was just a modified version of scaled. And all the coaches at the box were extremely supportive and said, hey, come in and we can work with you, and you might have to do something slightly different from the class, but hey, you're still going to see some results. And so I'm going to go all in, and this is a do or die situation for me. Like, I'm not living life if I do not see some major changes here. And I started CrossFitting every day. I saw some major results very quickly. Being able to do movements that I'd never done before in my life. Growing up, I never played on the monkey bars. I had never done box jumps or any type of super athletic movement.
Hey, Rebecca. Good job this weekend.
Thank you.
How are you?
The community has been a very big part in pushing me and keeping me motivated, and people really respect hard work. And if you're putting in the effort and you're doing what you can do and not complaining, and you have the right attitude, people are going to support you and they're going to encourage you. So I began CrossFit weighing right in around 345 to 350. Currently, I weigh in right at 200 pounds. I'm in a size 31 jean and a size medium shirt. Throughout the journey, there was ups and downs and plateaus, but I always knew who I was and who I wanted to be. You know, I used to be this huge guy that didn't believe that he could ever get here. And the fact that I'm here is just amazing. It's such a world of difference, you know, now that I've lost 200 pounds compared to whenever I was at my heaviest at 400 pounds. It feels like another world ago. I couldn't run 50 meters if I had to. And then now to just be able to wake up and go out for a 3-mile run on a Sunday morning, no extra thought. I'm 26 now. It'd be really cool to do a video when I'm 30. Maybe like 10 years ago, I'd say I was gonna die, but here I am. I'm doing muscle ups, and it's like a whole new mindset and a whole new life. Death is not even on my mind anymore. The concept has changed to where it's like, I think I want to live forever. You just have to wake up and choose life.